What are my thoughts on this game? I'm liking it quite a lot. Honest to goodness, I'm liking it more than I thought I would, and I was hoping to like it. Like, we're all aware it is pretty shameless in its aping of a lot of Breath of the Wild stuff. But I've always maintained that that's not a bad thing, because I want more Breath of the Wild. I'd be happy if more games took inspiration from it. This is a little more direct than it just played inspiration, though. Some of it's pretty shameless. But I'm okay with that, because it actually works really well. It's not just a cheap knockoff. The stuff it's copied in ways that still work, ways that didn't break the original intent, and in some cases it's better. Like, legitimately, I like the combat in this better than Breath of the Wild. The puzzles, I think Breath of the Wild still has the edge on puzzles, but I haven't done many puzzles in this game yet, and they're mostly from the sort of starter area here. So I haven't hit any 3-star puzzles yet, because puzzles are rated by kind of a star rating. Well, not a star rating, but a Minotaur head surfing for stars. So I've done some 1 and 2 level stuff, but haven't done any of the super tough puzzles. Most of the stuff yesterday I went straight through because I did it before in a pre-NDA save file where I was recording some stuff for videos and opinion pieces and reviews and whatnot. Yeah, some of the puzzles really did have me scratching my head for a little while. And they're planned out in sort of clever ways that don't, they're not so obscure that it'll make you tear your hair out, but not so obvious it feels like it's holding your hand. So, yeah, everything I've seen, felt, heard, played of this game so far is very, very promising in my opinion. I think it will be received well. Oh shit. Come on, bears. Let's get some space. Whoop. Thank you for your assistance on that one, Cyclops. Smooth. Elegant. Like it. Whoop. Okay. Cyclops to go. Let's try my new move. Yeah, seems to do a decent amount of damage. Excellent. Ooh, we even got enough adamantium shards for another weapon upgrade. It's good to know. Yeah, I'm so encouraged by this. Because my deepest fear of this would be it would sort of look and feel like Breath of the Wild on the surface, but they would miss the point and not quite nail what Breath of the Wild did really well and why it did it well. Like puzzles, for example. One of the big things I was worried about was the Ubi's team were just not going to have the talent for clever little puzzles that Nintendo do. Because Nintendo have been doing that sort of stuff for freaking decades, right? And the team who made this, like the Ubisoft development team, were the same guys who did Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Not sure how much puzzle-y stuff there was in that game, but I can certainly feel some Assassin's Creed in this game in some of the combat, in some of the way you move around through the world, even in the look of it, just sometimes. Even though it's obviously a very, very different art style. You can kind of get a sniff of who the developers were and what they last worked on. This will be a tricky fight. Damn it. Yeah, triple damage sword already paying off. Just you and me left, big boy. I win. Now we're stunning them by wearing down their stun meter, basically. So you got light attacks, which are fast and nimble and do basic health damage. But if I encounter another enemy, you watch, they'll have 2 health bars, basically. Red one, and the one underneath that. And that's their stun bar. You've got to do heavy attacks to wear down their stun bar. There's also attacks that do extra stun, like that bird I'm using right now. His special attack, when I bring him in, does extra stun damage. And also that new special attack I was using with Skadoosh, that does extra stun damage as well. So yeah, you've got to use combinations and be thoughtful about what you're doing and how you're doing it and when you're doing it. Dodge, block, all that kind of stuff. Certain kinds of blocking can increase stun damage as well, depending on the attack you're receiving. So yeah, it's a pretty deep combat system. It's not super deep, but it's deep enough to make it very interesting and fun to play around with. Right, so you are protecting a locked chest. I'll have me some of that, thank you very much. You have any idea how long I've been trying to get a harpy to target a minotaur like that? Finally get away with it. And did it twice. 3 times. Oh, this is easy. Harpy! Headshot. Right in the ear. Whoops. Yeah, the button for pick up a pomegranate and the key for sneak attack while an animal's back is turned is the same button. Oh, top 10 anime betrayals. He calmed down, he turned his back, he went back to munching, and I smack him into the universe. I'm sorry, Piggy. I didn't mean that. But they've actually done a really good job of it, so it's genuinely good on its own merits. It's not just a cheap-ass copycat, cash-in, you know, whatever. They've taken large amounts of inspiration, but, you know, have still made a good game worth playing. It's not just poor man's Breath of the Wild, or, you know, I don't have a Nintendo Switch Breath of the Wild, whatever. Multi-platform Breath of the Wild, however you want to describe it. It's not just that. I mean, it is that, but it's not just that. Is there a learning curve, or is it combat or button mashing? Oh, no. If you try and button mash your way through this, you will get spanked. It's not as challenging as like Dark Souls or something. Not quite as punishing as that, but it is pretty punishing. I'm certainly getting bashed around and going through more health sooner in this game than I was in even Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was a lot kinder in introducing you to various combat situations. This, I mean, it's not unforgiving, but yeah, if you try and button mash, like I said, you are not going to go far. Maybe this will be the Ubisoft game to break the 8 out of 10 review curse. Well, I don't know. I've got a funny feeling that a lot of reviewers are going to be, you know, they're not going to judge it on its own merits. They're going to mark it down because it is so derivative of Breath of the Wild in so many little aspects of the game. Like, it's not just inspired by, there is some stuff just, like, directly lifted, basically. Which, you know, if I was the type of reviewer to give things number scores, I don't know whether I would mark it down for. I would certainly mention it in the text of the review, because it is important to be aware of it. But yeah, I'd bet a lot of reviewers are going to be a little bit pretentious and stuck up about it. You know, being of the mistaken impression that somehow Breath of the Wild was a completely new invention in everything it did, which it absolutely was not. It just did a lot of things that other games had done before, but did them in really enjoyable ways and really well executed ways. This, in a lot of ways so far, is a match, or at least a little improvement over what Breath of the Wild kind of established for itself. But better? Man, I don't know. It's got better writing than Breath of the Wild, character-wise. It's a lot more fun in its general sort of attitude. Characters have more life, more personality. One of the things I was worried about was Ubisoft's developers weren't going to have the same talent for clever puzzles as Nintendo is infamous for. Thankfully, I've been very much enjoying the various puzzles in this game. For the most part, when the physics play nice. Here we go. But then again, Breath of the Wild had the same problem. A lot of the physics-based puzzles had some quirkiness to them. But yeah, a lot of those physics systems, like the kind of magnesis equivalent that I'm using right now, are actually easy to use in this. They're much more better behaved. I'm enjoying the puzzles. They're just clever enough to make you think and feel like you're actually figuring shit out, instead of just going, oh, I see those big bright lights in that pattern, I'll just copy that. That was just subtle enough to be not infuriating, but feels satisfying when you figure it out. And that's the mark of a good puzzle in my mind. Don't want to be bashing my head against the wall for half an hour trying to figure it out. But I also don't want it just handed to me. To be fair, the ways in which it's a copycat are the ways in which I wanted more games to be like anyway, so I'm not complaining. Elevator rock, I'm trying to pick mushrooms. Arena of Fortitude. Another battle one! Combat, combat. We get a combat arena. Wonder what interesting critter we're fighting this time. What are we fighting? Ooh, 2 of them at once. This will be interesting. Okay. 2 of these at the same time is now officially worse than fighting 2 bears at the same time. Oof. I do like the way this game does combat dungeons. Some of the Breath of the Wild ones were just kind of a bit of a pain in the ass. I like this wave-based arena stuff. Offerings of fresh cabbage I bring to you, unknown god. Aha! Told you there was something up with those bloody cabbages. Can't beat me with a cabbage challenge. Ooh. Not now, pig! Oh, Christ. Here I was trying to avoid getting ganked. Whoops! Popper pounces. Oh, look at his design! He looks badass! Look at these little armor plates. Oh, he's gonna explode. Yep. Come on, Sebby. Sebby, Sebby, Sebby. Oh, oh. Little help, Phoenix. Thank you, friend bird. That's exactly what I needed. Oh! No, 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 no! Damn, he's just full of unblockable attacks. Oh. Now I feel bad. That stun animation is so adorable. Poor little Borker. Right, who was that? Eternal Saber, thank you very much for the subscription there. So yeah, hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you saw what you needed to see of the game. Definitely worth looking into very seriously if you even remotely, slightly enjoyed Breath of the Wild or any kind of hack and slash, open world, action adventure, light RPG, thinger, medular, what's it? You know what I mean.